Hey, everybody! It's Go Live with Lindsay. I'm so excited to be here today. I really am because I missed you guys so much last week. I love this opportunity to connect with you guys. So I'm totally stoked. I got some people in the green room and I can't wait. But I, of course, have a couple of announcements and I've got to go get some tea. So I will certainly be doing such a thing. Because I just finished a cohort of the CTCME program, the Content That Converts.me program. We have this Thursday QA session, and it was off the chain this week. Okay, we were talking about when you create. This was the main message that I got from that. Although there was a lot of really great messages, but I think you guys could benefit from this, which is when we're creating online content, especially as a coach. People aren't coming to us as an online coach because we're towing the line of the general philosophies of what's going on. So like as a digital marketer, right? That's my thing. It's not like people come to me because I'm preaching what the general population of digital marketing is, or what the right thing for digital marketing is, or what Amy Porterfield is currently saying about digital marketing, right? Otherwise, they'd go to freaking Amy Porterfield. What becomes key when you're creating content for your online coaching business is you're leaning into your thought leadership. You have valid thoughts. You have valid vibe, experience, methodology, and skills. And when you can share that in a very confident way, my friends, that's when you start attracting online coaching clients. So it was awesome and amazing. Jamie, what is up? I'm so glad to see you guys. I gotta do a little Instagram live and because that's just how I roll. And then I'm going to bring on people from the green room. I hope everybody in the States had a lovely Thanksgiving holiday, even when it's scary. That's right, Ashley, leaning into your thought leadership, even when it's scary. That's the thing. When we go out with content that's scary or against the norm, or that we think people are going to disagree with, that's the kind of content that resonates with people. That's why people come to us as an online coach. Hey, John, what's up? Thank you, Zahid. I am the best coach I've ever watched so far. I love it. I love it. Oh, Jamie. Yes. So successful this November. Thanks to you and me. Jamie, it was all you and you know it. Okay, let me do a quick Instagram. This is teaching. I'm teaching. I know I'm working and ignoring you guys, but I'm also teaching. Hey, everybody on Instagram. Live with Lindsey is on right now by going to lindsey.tube. We got so many people in the green room. I don't even feel like I have time to talk because I want to bring everybody on. We got Dr. V, we got Caesar, we got Elizabeth, we got Colleen, we got Seth, we got Kathy. Guys, Live with Lindsey is off the chain the week after Thanksgiving. I will not have time for tea. I already know it. We got Jamie saying, I've implemented your teachings and it's been a major game changer for me. So that's why you should watch Go Live with Lindsey, guys. It's hot. Now I got a little special for you. Everybody here, listen up, okay? Listen up. I am hosting an amazing and an awesome webinar coming up on December 14th. Emily, get that free link ready. I'm going to offer it to everybody watching Go Live with Lindsey and seeing this replay for free. Okay. I am charging $37 to everybody that is not you guys. Okay. You can go and see it by going to alignandattract.com. You'll see it's $37 all day long to people that aren't the cool kids. Okay. You guys are all the cool kids. So if you go to alignandconvert.com/Emily, is it friends? Emily, help me out. I think it's /friends. Then you guys can get your ticket for free. I hope you can join me. What we're going to be talking about in this very, very powerful webinar, okay? It's going to be in the Zoom room. So there's going to be a QA session. It's the perfect way to kick off your online coaching business for 2022. It's special access. Align and attract. Wow, I just screwed that URL up all day long, guys. All day long, I screwed it up. Align and attract.live/special-access. If you want that $37 for free, join me. It's my Christmas gift to you. Okay. It is my holiday. Let me be PC about it. It is my holiday gift to all of you. I hope you can join me, because what I have found over the past several years, because of this stupid pandemic, okay, is this, and through many, many years of having different coaches and thinking like, oh, this is exactly how I need to run my business, regardless if it aligns with how I want to run my online coaching business or not. Okay. When you get rid of all of that and you actually start running your business and listening to your intuition and run, and sure, you get information from people like me who have been there and have strategies and all of this, but the magic sauce is you. Okay. The magic sauce is doing things the way you want to do them. Okay. And not only that, when you show up in that better way and you are more authentic in how you are doing your online coaching, woo, things are way funner. And not only that, your energy is raised, okay? And you attract so many people. Sales are easier. Building your email list is easier. Coaching is easier because you're being authentic. And so when I named this amazing masterclass, Align and Convert, it is because if you are in alignment with how you want to do stuff, you can convert. You can have the online business, the online coaching business of your dreams. More time, more money, baby, more freedom, and more impact. I hope you can join me on the 14th. Let me give this to you one more time. Oh, shoot, Mom, I forgot to send you that link. My mom asked me to send her the link to the CTCME mastermind, and I forgot. I'm sorry, Mom. Free ticket, HTTP or alignandattract.live/special-access. It's a little one-off New Year webinar special for all of my friends, because I want to set you, we're going to set up a business plan. That's in alignment with you, that feels good, because when it feels good, you attract and convert. Huh? So alignment and authenticity are so key to success and ease in business. I have had so many coaches that I'm like, this must be the way. And it works, but it sucked. Okay. And it didn't work as well as it could have. Then when I did stuff the way I wanted to do it, the way I felt called to do it, and the way I freaking wanted to do it, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. It's my coaching business and I'll cry if I want to. So that's what we're going to be teaching. I hope you take advantage of this free ticket gift from me to you. Like I said, I'm charging $37 to people I don't know. I know you guys. You guys are my favorite peeps. Please, please come. It'll be really, really awesome. Okay. Instagram, join me on lindsey.tube. We got a heck of a lineup today. And come and watch. Okay. Let's dive in. Bye, Instagram. Okay. There's the Insta. We're going to go ahead and thank you, Jamie. Jim, I'm so glad to be able to see you there. It's everything I've learned through the pandemic I have just learned to love my coaching business. Just oodles and oodles more. Yeah, oodles. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Colleen, you know what? We already have a couple of people already signed up for CTC and me that we're kicking off in January. If you want to learn how to create content that converts, I'm doing a special at this webinar. So if you're interested, you're probably going to want to come to that webinar. Okay. Dr. V, I don't see you on video, so I'm going to skip past anybody who's not on video in the green room. I'm going to skip past you, assuming you don't want to be on right now. And I'm going to go right to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, I'm bringing you on, girl. Here we go.
Hello, Lindsey.
Hey, girl. Wasn't that an awesome CTCME sesh we had?
Oh, I am so thankful to be in that group. Everybody comes up with such good ideas and we feed off one another. It was awesome in the chat room.
It's the best, isn't it? It's the best. So what's going on with you today, girl?
Well, you mentioned it a little bit in class, and I just wondered if you could talk a little bit more about how to find your audience. You know they're out there, but how do you go about finding them and connecting with them?
Yeah. So, well, first of all, it all has to do with a little thing we talk about in CTCME, which is vulnerability flexes. Okay. So I have found the very best way to step out is when we start talking to people as a person to person versus at people. We kind of hit on this at the end of class. When I
Okay.
show up online and I'm like, yeah, I'm a digital marketer and I have an amazing online coaching business and I've got it all figured out. I don't have any problems. That really pushes people away. If you guys watched my Instagram story last night, you'll find that Emily and I had a really big struggle with my Align and Attract webinar and running ads. And we were really kind of struggling with it, right? Does that feel good to me, Elizabeth, to show up and be like, I am actually Emily and I are actually the best team you can hire to run ads for your online coaching business. But then I get on a story and tell you how we spent $800 and nothing came from it in one night. Now, I know, now we've improved it and we've been able to overcome it. But certainly last night I was like, yeah, I want to take my computer and throw it out the window. What happens when I approach content from a vulnerable place and be like, yeah, I'm just like you guys. I have a lot of skills and a lot more experience and I'll be able to figure it out. But when I talk with you as a community versus I am a coach and I know everything, it will certainly help you find those people.
Okay.
Obviously, the other thing is creating content around their problems. And you're getting so good, Elizabeth, with creating content. Have you approached it from this content, like from this problem situation? Like what are the main problems people are having? Do we know what problems people are having in homeschool? Like the main things that are really hitting home for them.
Well, I'm using those ideas as I do my signature launch program, my signature coaching program, in the CTC me
Get it right,
program.
Elizabeth. Get it right.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm content that converts. So I'm using that, like finding a schedule that works for their family and finding a curriculum that they can, an affordable curriculum, and finding the mindset issue that I'm sort of dealing with as a mission statement. Have a mission statement for your homeschooling so you know where you're going and you have the motivation to keep going to get there. So I'm dealing with those pain points, and those are things that I've seen on the different forums, Facebook groups.
So do you approach it with what curriculum should you use for homeschooling? Or do you approach it as when I was first trying to search out a curriculum, I was like over here and these guys seem pretty good. And then I was over here and I kind of like this about this. And then there was price and then there was this. And I was so overwhelmed by all the possibilities and that I was going to make the right choice for my kids because I really just wanted my kids to succeed. And I had budgetary problems or whatever it was. And so trying to figure this out was completely crazy making.
So because I came from a teacher background, I wasn't so worried about which curriculum I chose because I know that you can modify whatever you get to fit the child. Just like the public school teachers don't get to choose a curriculum for each kid. They just modify what they get. So I missed out on, I didn't have that same kind of frenzy because of the background that I had.
But you still need to talk about the frenzy and say, I get the frenzy.
Okay.
You have to say, I get the frenzy.
Okay.
Like that's how we're going to connect with people because they're frenzied. They
Yes,
want
they
you
are.
for the answer, but
Yeah.
you've got to connect with the frenzy.
Okay.
Hashtag connect with the frenzy. Okay.
Yeah, that's another Lindseyism. I'm putting that down.
Connect with the frenzy. I love it. Elizabeth, what are you doing? How was Thanksgiving? What was was there any big situation at Thanksgiving?
Oh no, we had a wonderful time. And one of the nephews brought a 1,000-piece puzzle that he had gotten when they went on a field trip. And we got that whole thing put together over the weekend.
Oh man, what was it? Was it like our favorite is like candy wrappers. Like we have this puzzle of candy
That
wrappers.
would be so hard. No, this one was hard because it had a lot of sky, but it's from Ken Ham's The Ark Encounter that's in Hebron, Kentucky, where he has built a replica of the Ark in real size.
Wow, that's really cool. You know, when I first we're big puzzle people over here,
Okay.
and when I first did a puzzle, it was like it's like the perfect way to like chat with people but have your mind kind of busy. I love puzzling. If you guys haven't tried puzzling, you should totally try puzzling. It's not
Yeah.
only for your grandma, it's for people like Elizabeth and I. It's actually cool. It's cool.
Yeah, and we're cool.
Yeah, we are cool. This is the Cool Kids Club and we puzzle. There you
All
go.
right, thanks, Lindsay.
Girl, nice to see you. I'll see you soon. Oh, you guys should totally, totally puzzle. All right, I'm gonna bring Seth on, then Colleen, then Kathy, then Ivan. Seth, what up?
Hello. How you
Dude, how
doing?
are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Yeah,
Excited to be on live with Lindsay.
and I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. How was Thanksgiving for you?
Thanksgiving was great. We had my parents hosted, and we had the clan up. There was probably 16 of us in total, or something like that. So it was a nice gathering. Got to see cousins and cousins' kids that I don't get to see all that often, and ate a bunch of great food. And
do you play
yeah.
board games and stuff like that, or are you watching football? What are you doing?
Mostly we're just like chatting and wandering around, putting the finishing touches on all the dishes that each of us have, are contributing, and I don't know, just catching up, drinking a lot of good wine, but yeah, we did put together a puzzle. And we played some. I don't know if we played any games. We brought some games in case the kids wanted to play. I've seen your shelf of games. We've discussed this before.
Yes, we have.
And I got my daughter's birthday fell on Thanksgiving this year, and so she got some fun board games. My daughter's really into fantasy novels, and she's kind of too young to play Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, not that I don't allow her to, but she just, she loves creating the characters, but then she doesn't want to actually play the game so much.
Totally.
So there's actually some board games where you create like like wizards and knights and stuff like that. And so I got her some of those board games, and she's been loving them. And
I do love those off the beaten path board games. I love them. I do.
Yeah, anyway, I have a thing about rules. I love learning rules to games, and then sometimes I won't even play the game. I find it fascinating to kind of learn, like somebody created this system to be a fun game. That's really interesting.
Oh man, that sounds like pure hell to me,
people.
man. That sounds like pure hell. Like I do not bake because I do not like to read little intricacies of rules. Like just tell me how to play the freaking game. You know what I mean? We're totally different that way. So did you just get some branding pictures? Jamie says your branding pictures are awesome, or is those just general?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I only trickled out 3 of them so far. I'm not, I don't want to I'm dripping them out over the, coming weeks, but yeah, I just did a big branding shoot, and it went so well. We're going to do another one in the spring when the weather around here is a little better, and we did a bunch outside, but we kept having to reschedule because I'm in Northern California and this is the rainy season. And so anyway, we're going to do some in the spring, and also when hopefully COVID is calmed down, and I wanted to do some shoot inside at a gym, since, I work with personal trainers and sports coaches and stuff. And it's just like, you can't get into a gym without wearing a mask, and I can't do branding photos with a mask on. So anyway, we're going to do another round of shooting in the spring. And when I
was this, do you do a lot of was this your first like branding photo round? Or
this was the first round that I my wife's a pretty good photographer. She spent many years in the fashion industry as a designer, not a fashion photographer, but she has a good eye for, photography and image and stuff like that. And so, I'd take pictures, she'd take pictures and stuff, but I never had previously hired a professional branding photographer to come in and just do
Dude, I'm going to Instagram right now. I've got to check this out. Okay. I got to check
Oh yeah. Out. I mean, it's just, I just have a couple of like white, white screen photos and then one nice kind of like branding photo. But I got a whole bunch of different stuff, different outfits and different
First of all, I love
things.
the nudity on your Instagram. You guys should go check out Seth M. Donlin. Nudity.
Yes, my
Dude.
whole naked marketing for sport and fit pros. So
Dude,
I'm
love
gonna have
what
some
you
more
did
of
with
that.
your
That's
Instagram. It's
that's when I can
awesome.
get back into a gym to shoot as well. I mean, that was a stock photo that I bought, but I'm going to actually do a photo shoot with some personal trainers where, there's black, as you can see, there are black bars covering up the naughty bits, but I'm going to get
Yes.
like a
Well,
photo
you
like
don't
that.
want to tell people that. They want to go see nudity, and then they'll be disappointed.
Well, if you got to read it though, it says join my list to see what's under the
join the list to see what's underneath, baby.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to pay to play. You've got to join my email list, and then I remove the black bars for you.
Guys, Seth, these are killer. Did that middle one with you and like with the wood or the wood background? Do you know what I'm talking about? Dude, that's recent? That's sizzling. Those are sizzling. If you don't mind me saying so, you're a handsome gentleman. You are a handsome gentleman.
Thank you. I appreciate that coming from such a fetching young lass as yourself.
So did you, what do you want to do? Like, every time I take branding photos, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have done this different or done this different. Like, is there any like takeaways that you're like, in the spring, it's gotta be, I want to like do this. I wish I would.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have so many ideas. I mean, one of the big things that we're going to do in the spring, we just couldn't make it happen because our dates kept getting shuffled around. I couldn't line it up to work properly, but we're going to do part of the shoot in a local cocktail bar that I really love, that had like the ambiance is really cool. And they do a lot of their own infusions and stuff. So like the bar is just really like to shoot from the customer side, like across the bar to see all their bottles and stuff like that. So I'm going to do some shots at the bar not shots, but maybe I will do a couple of those, but we're going to do some
of those
at
fun
the bar
photos
where I'm like sitting there chatting with somebody at the bar, doing work on the computer at the bar, because it just makes a cool backdrop. And I like, I tended bar for a lot of years. I like working out of like cafes and bars and stuff like that. And they have a little stage so I can get some shots of like me standing up on stage, like with a mic kind of presenting. And it's just going to make a nice, Dude, that's going to be a nice thing.
Like, how excited are you? These branding photos are really hot. Like, are you excited to post them? Like, it made me excited to post on social media. I love it. And you look so legit. Like, you are
Thank
legit.
you. Yeah. Well,
yes.
It's amazing what a professional will do for you, like just the difference between, it's like, I don't, people that aren't looking at it, and in the shot she's talking about, today I've got a black t-shirt on, and that one I'm wearing a black Henley. I'm not fancied up or anything like that, but just, it makes a difference when
you can raise your prices based on this crap. Like, this is legit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, wait until you see the next round of stuff that I'm going to do. And I'll just use this, the end of my time here on Live with Lindsey, to shout out to your audience. If we have any drag queens in the audience, or anybody that has friends that are drag queens. I used to know a lot in my youth, but I don't anymore. I'm going to make some funny videos where I play multiple characters. And one of the characters that I'm going to play is going to be a female personal trainer. So I want to find some like drag queen, like padding, to give myself the big personal trainer, like booty,
Dude.
So I can do these funny videos, but I don't know where to get them. I mean, on Amazon, they have some, but they're like made for women, not for men. Like, I don't know. Anyway, there's got to be some place you can buy this stuff.
Seth dress up as a woman. Please put the comments in.
Yeah.
Please. Seth,
exactly.
you're so creative.
I need to find where to get this stuff so I can make these funny videos. And then next time I'm on, well, maybe not next time, but in a couple of weeks, we can talk about my funny videos where I'm dressed up like a
can't wait.
Female personal trainer.
I can't wait. Seth, amazing. Everyone go follow Seth M. Donlin over on Instagram. Seth, thanks for hopping on today. You're the best.
Thanks, Lindsey.
All right. See you later. Ah, that was fun. Seth is fun. Okay. I'm going to go with Colleen. I can't remember what order I said. So I'm going to go Colleen, Kathy, Ivan. Colleen.
Hello. Happy
how-
post-Thanksgiving.
Yes. How did your webinar thing go?
Oh, yes, the Heal-a-thon. Thank you so
Yes.
much for allowing me to plug that over the last 2 live with Lindsey's. So yeah, I actually had a lot of positive outcomes from this. It was smaller than I had expected. There were only about 30 people in that Zoom room when I presented, but I took the bull by the horns. Before I even went to my second slide, I was like, hey, go to my website, look at my class schedule, get on my email list because I have an exclusive Black Friday deal just for email subscribers. So 5 new subscribers just from doing that. 2 of
5
them
out
took
of 30. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, some of them were already on my list too. So that was nice to be in a friendly audience, a very receptive audience, right? And 2 of those new subscribers took advantage of the Black Friday deal overnight. Yeah, I wound up selling 2 new books just from being able to plug the book at the end of the talk. So it was, it was really, really great. It was more than I had expected. And I also had the opportunity to do some half-hour one-on-one sessions with people during the event as well. So I was able to work with 4 new people. Now, most of them I had already known before. They were like warm leads. I had already interacted with them, but it was the first time that I had sessions with them. So they took the advantage of the opportunity of having such a crazy low price of my time, even if it was just for a half hour. So it turned out way better than I expected. So
amazing.
Thank you.
What's on the horizon now? What's going on?
So I've got a basic theta healing class coming up in a few weeks. So if any of you want to learn what I do, how I do it, you get certified so you can do it for other people. You can almost instantly change those limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So it's awesome for just anybody in any walk of life.
Is that virtual? That's virtual?
It is online. It's live. You have to show up. It's interactive. There's no recordings, but it is online. So as long as you've got a stable internet connection, you can join.
Okay. And so like, what is that? Just what's the problem statement there? You need theta healing if I know there's a lot. There's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what got my butt in the seat was being able to meditate to manifest.
Okay.
Because I was tired of chasing after everything that I wanted and having to do. So this allowed me to break through those blocks that were holding me back in terms of, hey, it has to be this way, or I have to be chasing after that, or being in that masculine energy, and really being able to embody that feminine and receive, so that when I take action, because action is still important, but that action is inspired and aligned, and it's so much easier, which is, very much what you're going to be doing on your webinar next week with, the Align and Attract Your 2022. So that is what got me in there. But there's so much more you can do with theta healing too. Like the basic class is kind of like an info dump. It is a very versatile technique to do just about anything. Like you want to talk to angels, you want to program crystals, you want to see intuitively into the body, you want to just do belief work all day long, you want to build a whole practice just talking to ancestors and healing with those, you can do it. Like theta healing is just so, like I said, so versatile. Like and I love that intuition on demand. Like I can get answers like that.
Intuition on. So I want to bring us back to this meditation for manifestation. Okay. So I kind of prescribe to, I'm really a big fan of Sam Harris and like the Waking Up app, and his is very like analytical and science-based, and like we meditate to stop the thoughts to understand that these thoughts are just being created, and like understanding the consciousness behind the thoughts. So when we go talk to me about the difference between like meditating for that reason versus meditating for like, because I feel like when you go into meditation with a goal like that, are you just repeating like what you want to be? Like, are you still doing meditation, but you're thinking about what you want to manifest? Or can you explain it just a little bit?
And I think that's kind of one of the issues I have with describing theta healing as a meditation, although officially that is what it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's not what you traditionally think of as meditation. Like a lot of us think of, like you said, as like just allowing the thoughts to flow or empty yourself.
Yes.
And that is more of like that alpha brainwave meditation.
Okay.
Whereas theta healing, you get into a different dominant brainwave. So the theta brainwave is ordinarily what you experience when you're asleep, like you're in that dream state. So when you get into that brainwave, that's when you can manifest almost instantly, because you are in the ability, you're connecting to the energy of all that is, whether you call that creator or God or the universe or whatever. And so you can really leverage that power and co-create with it.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. All right, what do you got on the books before I let you go? Or what do you want people to know, girl?
So consider taking the basic class with me. It's tons of
Do it.
fun. One of the great things that somebody told me from the Heal-a-thon, another healer, she said, you seem so grounded and organized. I would follow you anywhere, even if it was like a hot dog eating contest. Like, I'm in. So if you want
You do come across so well, so confident, so organized, so knowing what's up. I love it. Yes.
So it's a very, it's a very unique experience. So, because, there are plenty of theta healing teachers, and you got to find one that works with you. So if you work with my style, I would love to have you in that class. And we've got another 2 Unholy Healers episode coming up as well on December 15th. So, stop by live, because it's also on StreamYard just like this. So stop by live for that.
I love it. Thanks, guys. Go follow Colleen at Colleen O'Brien Healer. And if you want, dip your toe into this whole energy healing thing. There is something to it. That's what I say. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, girl. Nice
Thank
to
you.
see you. I just want to piggyback on something Colleen said, which is there's a lot of theta healers, and there's a lot of people and there's a lot of coaches that do exactly what you guys do too. And the reason why people come to you, I've narrowed it down to this little thing, and it's in my next book called VEMS, VEMS, Vibe, Experience, Methodology, and Skills. This, if we exude this in our email marketing and our marketing, this is why people come to us. So if you like Colleen's vibe and you agree with her experience, which is vast, then you're going to go to her. But maybe Colleen's super organized approach doesn't work. I don't know why I wouldn't, but if it doesn't work for you, you can find a theta healer that's more, not so organized or whatever. But that is why people come to us as online coaches. Remember that. Remember it. Okay. I'm going to go with Kathy and then Ivan. Kathy, hello, the chakra coach.
Hi, good morning.
How was your Thanksgiving, my friend?
It was pretty cool, just quiet.
Yeah. Did you cook?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I did a lot of cleaning that day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people, yeah. I mean, Ian did a lot of cleaning that day as well. Certainly. Got to have the cleaners. So what's going on today? You seem a little chill today. Am I picking up on a chill vibe today?
I'm maybe just like a little bit nervous. I wanted to share the second part of my story, and I'm like, guys, it's like I'm testing with you because it's just a little at the vulnerable flex, I guess, to share with the general public, not really my clients.
Yeah. Do you mind sharing just a little, for those that missed the last Go Live with Lindsey, since it was 2 weeks ago, just giving us a little preview of that. And then, yes, please tell us the second part of the story, please.
So, the thing that had happened on Saturday was I was out gratitude walking with a real high. I saw a double rainbow, and just a lot of lessons came out of that. The first one was to follow your intuition, where I had argued with myself. So that's like a clue that you are arguing with your intuition. And then the big lesson that came out of that double rainbow was that there's always a solution, but even if you can't see it, the solution is there. Because a lot of times we just want to see, feel, touch the solution. We want, I forget what they call that. They say, look to I forget the word of it right now, but look for something concrete to prove that you're on the right track. And those are always great, but that doesn't always happen. Like even if you can't see it, we have to keep going towards the solution and know that it's always there. So that was like the big high from Saturday. But this always happens. Like you have like the high, the breakthrough, and it's like your higher self saying like, are you ready? It's like a check-in. Like, are you ready for the next lesson?
Yes.
And poof, that came Sunday.
Oh, wow. Okay. So what happened? Were you ready?
No, I was not ready.
And she's not even ready to tell us about it, but we're going to support her, right, guys? We're her friends.
So I don't know if some of you know, but my body struggles with vertigo. So I woke up with like a flare up on Sunday, which wasn't cool. And I have been seeing a chiropractor that does C1 adjustments. So I went in on Monday, and when I sat up, I was kind of kicked out of my body, and I wasn't really integrating. So this has like happened to me before, and it was actually even worse. Like I was actually really kicked out of my body, but there was nothing you could do. So I went into a deep meditation, and I ended up syncing up.
What does
This
that
time-
feel like when you're kicked out of your body, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah. So for what happened with me is, I mean, I couldn't move. So, that was the thing. So what I'm always trying to teach my clients is who you are, so you can stop identifying with who you are not. And
Nice.
I know this, right? Like I teach this, I preach this, like I pound it into my clients. But to have that experience where you just have your consciousness. Like I was stuck in the chiropractic office for about 4.5 hours.
Wow.
And I cried. Like I called somebody. I'm like, I can't move. And I cried. So I didn't like go into it with like the complete peace, kind of like where I did before, because there was really nothing I could do. I had to call my guy who works on me. I was like, Tag, you're it. Like, I'm like literally stuck. My handbag was like on the ground. Like I went to like reach to get my phone, and I couldn't do this. Like I
What
was
was
like
the
paralyzed.
chiropractor like? Did the chiropractor understand the situation? Was he
Yeah,
okay
they
with
were
this?
really sweet. Actually, it was kind of around her lunch break, and she was leaving, and she's like, "No, I can't leave." And then they did everything for me. Like I had ice packs around my neck. And they were getting me
Wow.
yogurt.
That sounds like so traumatic.
Yeah, she said it happened to one other client, but after a couple hours, it had settled down, and I kind of thought it would settle down after a couple hours. But I ended up having to have a friend come get me to pick me up and drive me home, because I could like, I mean, like my legs at the time were like, boom, like I could do like half of a baby step. So the whole point of this lesson is, and like I know, like I teach my clients all the time, you're not your body, you're the mover. You're not your emotions, you're the filler. You're not your thoughts, you're the thinker. You're not even your brain. The brain is a subtle instrument used by the soul to control the body. So then who am I? And who you are is a being of light. It is the soul. It's pure consciousness, which cannot be harmed or destroyed. And so for me to like literally be kicked out of my body, like I had my consciousness, but the processing center like wasn't working right for me to control the body. And so it gave me like beyond a visual, like a real exercise of who I am. And that was priceless, because for a good week and a half after that, even though it's been about 3.5 weeks or so since then, and I'm still struggling with calming everything down, the visual was so clear of like who I am, because that's all I had.
It sounds like it was a real spiritual experience for you.
Yes. And also looking.
And kudos to you for sharing that. That is very, very personal.
When I look at it too, because it was kind of frustrating at the time, like the next day, just called it a breakthrough. So not like calling it, I mean, I had the flare up on Sunday, but not calling anything negative besides a breakthrough. And that would calm down instantly, like any sort of panic around it or being upset about it. So I guess another thing to just share is, if you go through something that does feel like, you know, it was rough, always look at it as a breakthrough, because things did open up for me. I did get lessons out of it. And we always want to set the intention that everything is happening for your highest good.
I love it. I mean, it's an important lesson. It's an important lesson. Wow, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing that. Can you share one lesson that you got from it, or is that too personal?
Well, I mean, that was just kind of it. I mean, it was just.
Is that everything is for a reason, essentially, for your best interest?
Well, and it was just a real deep connection with like who you are, like when that's all you have.
Yeah.
Because I still had the consciousness, I could still make thoughts. I still knew like I had a body. I still had emotions around the whole situation. Was trying to get all those to sync back up again. But who I was not affected. Who I was not harmed.
I love it.
Who I am was still intact, in control.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much. Isn't Kathy awesome? Tell her how awesome she is in the comments, you guys. She's sharing. She's putting her guts out there for us. Kathy, thank you. Do you have anything coming up? What do you got coming up, girl?
Oh yeah. So if you're local, I live in Beaverton, Hillsborough area. I'm going to be this weekend, Saturday, at the Hillsborough vendor event, showing my Reiki infused jewelry and just doing little chakra readings there. Amazing.
Will you send me a link to that?
Yeah.
Thanks. I also live in Beaverton, Hillsborough area. Girl, it's so nice to see you. Go follow the amazing Kathy Gasper at the Chakra Coach on Instagram. Okay. Thank you so much.
Toodles.
Thanks, girl. See ya. You know, my child and I married Ivan on. Beckett was really struggling today because, well, he's been struggling over the past 5 days. My son over someone in his class picking on him. Okay. And like, this is just always going to happen. So our little discussion today was, you know, this is the thing that I learned at 40. I wish I would have learned it earlier, which is why I was trying to talk to him about it, which is this: life is always problems. Okay. You're never going to wake up. And this is true for business. And this is true for life. You're never going to wake up and be problemless. Like, it's not going to happen. In all of my 40 some years, I've never woke up to no problems. Okay. Always got a problem. Our only option on this problem, because you're always going to have them, because that's what life is. That's what Kathy was just sharing with us. You are always going to have a problem. Always. The only option you have, the only tool in your toolkit is how you're going to approach it and your mental well-being around it. If you're going to approach every problem with "this sucks, I can't wait till I have no problems," you're always going to be thinking, "this sucks, I can't wait till I have no problems." And this is especially true. Like, this is a business show mostly, but certainly true for business, but in all of life. So your option is how you're going to address these problems. And if you can take a stoic mindset, I'm a big stoic fan. Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius's journals right here, meditations, stoicism, knowing and understanding that problems are going to creep up every single day, and like being cool with that, and like being like, yep, I'll just have to tackle these problems, and thank heaven that my problems are these problems, because I can handle these problems. There's a lot of problems out there in the world that I do not want to handle. No, thank you. I can handle these problems because that is what life is. And so if we can approach business and approach life, this is like my Bible, with stoicism, and knowing that this stuff is going to come at us and coming at it with a good attitude, like, that's pretty much your only tool, because you don't have the luxury of waking up to no problems. The richest, most famous, most beautiful people in the world, I guarantee, wake up with problems. Everybody has problems. So how are you going to approach those? Thank you, Kathy, for sharing. All right, I'm going to bring Ivan on. Can't wait to see what he says. Hey, Ivan, where are you? Oh, no, you're on mute, man. I was so excited to talk to you, too.
Hello. Do you hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you? What's going on?
Perfect timing, because our boat just arrived, and I was worried it would have been too loud to speak, but like literally as you said, "Hi, Ivan," they stopped the engines. It's like,
where are you?
I'm in Lisbon. I was just crossing the river, basically.
What time is it there?
It's 7:45 p.m.
Very nice. What's going on for you?
Yeah, well, as you noticed, I have a new Instagram account finally.
Yes. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, so basically, very good. I mean, I'm learning a lot, and I have already more than 100 followers after like 10 days.
Wow.
And but the thing is, I picked the topic just because I also signed up for a course. I don't know if you know Vanessa Lau. She's amazing. She is focusing specifically on Instagram for coaches.
Cool. Very cool.
And I thought, okay, this like it's an investment that will definitely pay for itself. So that's why it was a no-brainer. And
yes.
But I'm still a little bit, to be honest, how should I say? I'm still searching for my identity as a coach, if we want to express it that way.
Can you tell me why? What mindset issues are you having?
Right. Yeah. So in the sense that so now I chose for this freedom topic, and because I look at my life, what I have achieved is, well, maybe not full financial freedom, but really like a huge breakthrough in the last 2 years. And so, and then there was this exercise that she recommended, just kind of taking 3 different niches or however many, and brainstorming content topics as fast as possible. And the one that goes the easiest is probably the niche you want to pick, because, or like the approach, because you can just produce content all the time, and it's something that costs not so much effort for you. So for me, this financial freedom topic was like, wow, I was really surprised that it was so easy for me to produce 40 topics in 20 minutes time or even more.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but I also love that purpose stuff. So that's what I started last year, as you know, and I can't seem to find a way how to connect them in the traditional way, meaning that to me, financial freedom, I mean, want it or not, it has to do with investing. Like, you cannot get financial freedom without knowing how to invest. And if I look at the competition, it's either, so most people teaching financial freedom are about investing, either real estate or stock market or whatever. And of course also the mindset part. And I'm not sure if I'm inspired to teach that. So I'm looking for a way how to combine that, because I believe that teaching people how to be more abundant and financially free is definitely something that will stay. But how to do it also for people that I'm inspired to work with, which is namely, I think, people like me, entrepreneurs, creative people who want to impact the world, not necessarily, let's say, corporate 9-to-5 people who want to create passive income. So I although I have those clients, and they're great, but I feel more aligned with working with people who are more like me in that sense. So I've been kind of doing some brainstorming, doing some of those exercises, and it feels like I'm arriving at something that could sound like helping purpose-driven either entrepreneurs, or even narrowing down to coaches and healers. That could also be to align with their purpose or with their life's mission, and create financially abundant life, a business and life, while doing so, something like that.
Dude, look how clear you are today. The first time I talked to you on the show, you're like, I don't know. Dude, you're killing this.
Yeah. So it sounds like this. I just need to find my approach. The mindset block, I guess, or the doubt that I'm having is that, like, my biggest achievement financially was something completely different, was with cryptos, right? And it's been in the making for like 10 years, this breakthrough. The coaching thing, I haven't really pushed through enough to, I mean, I know all this abundance stuff, and I've studied it, and I've experienced a lot about it, but I know it's just a mindset thing. It's not necessarily like real or correct, but yeah, I feel like that's the thing I still need to work on. Is okay, to give you another example. I hope it's not too loud here. I'm at a busy road, so let me go a bit further.
You're good.
Okay.
You're good.
So I had a guy who hopped on from my Facebook to my Instagram, because I promoted my channel there. And he was someone, I guess, from my previous group, but I never really talked to him, I think, maybe once. And he started like really following me on Instagram, and I got in contact with him through DM, and we scheduled the call. And he's a breathwork guy, right? But he is also having a 9-to-5 job. And we had a call yesterday or 2 days ago, Wednesday, right? Yeah, yesterday. And I just went with it. I didn't follow a particular structure, but I just used my knowledge that I know, asking him the right questions, giving him the right feedback suggestions, and then I made him an offer for a month coaching, just to kind of like pilot this new approach. And at the end, he's from Australia, so he was about to go to bed, and I told him, good night. He's like, it's going to be hard to sleep. I'm so on fire now, he said, or something like this. So I'm like, okay, that sounds like, that's when I got the idea, right? Okay, maybe that's the direction I want to go into,
Dude, and you did it through Instagram and DMs. I mean, that's fire, man.
By the way, look, do you see the umbrellas?
Oh my gosh. Only on Live with Lindsey are you going to see a view like that. Oh my gosh.
It's all me and the views. This is called Pink Street. This is the most famous party street in Lisbon, basically. But it's more for tourists. I never go out here.
You should
But
still
you
do a
see,
story about it because it's
pink.
freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's pink, and the umbrellas and everything. So it's pretty cool.
That is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Anyway,
Ivan, congratulations, man. Guys, go follow Ivan at Ivan_freedom coach. He's
yes,
so awesome.
go follow me. Thanks for the pitch.
Dude,
Okay.
you're killing it. You're obviously on a good path here as you figure things
Okay.
out.
So you feel like that second thing that I mentioned is, it feels like more aligned, right? When I talk
feels
about it.
Yes, yeah. Like, I mean, and you kind of lit up when you were talking about it. Like,
Yeah,
you got
right.
real
Yeah.
excited.
Like
Yes.
another example, I was running a meetup here in Lisbon, like a live meetup, and there was this girl who was there, and she's a coach. She works with impact-driven entrepreneurs, and she also started only last year, or to 2020, also with Instagram, and she's quite successful now, and she's working with all kinds of people. And I'm like, that's exactly what I do. It's like, this is exactly what I can do, what I'm capable of doing. And I kind of felt bad that I'm not doing it. and then I'm focusing on the financial freedom instead, which is weird because I love financial freedom. But yeah, these are all indicators, I guess.
They are, man. From my perspective, you got this, man.
Okay, thanks.
It's gonna rock. It's gonna
thanks
totally
for
rock.
Thanks for that. And by the way, speaking about spiritual experiences, I'm gonna go on Ayahuasca retreat in January in Colombia.
That's what you said. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I gotta wait for my kids to get older to go on an Ayahuasca retreat.
Yeah, actually, in Colombia, like they start very early, like 6 years old kids doing ayahuasca and stuff. And that's what I've heard.
Wow. Yeah, I just can't leave them. I can't leave them at home. But I'm super jealous. I hope you'll come on and tell us about it.
Definitely.
Ivan, have a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by,
Thank you.
man. All right.
You.
See you later.
Thanks for the feedback. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that was really cool. Guys, again, this is what I teach in Content That Converts. I'm going to talk to Dr. V, and then I saw John pop on too, is creating content creation. You got 4 ways of building an audience for your online coaching business. You got search engine optimization. You need an SEO guy for that. Sucks. Okay. 2, paid ads. Sucks. Okay. Unless you like our Emily and I, and it still sucks. Yesterday totally sucked. Your third option is referrals and networking, which is great, but can you scale it? Do you have a plan for it? You got to talk to a lot of people. Your fourth option is quite literally social media. And so you want to be creating a lot of content. And I hate to break the bad news, but the more content you make, the better. And so what are we doing? Just like Ivan said, you have got to start creating content that does not take a ton of preparation, that you know about, that you feel passionate about. This is what will attract people to you, and how you can hop on and do stories all day long because it's what you're thinking about and what you're doing. And when you put that out there on social media, then people will be attracted to that. It just works that way. It's so awesome, so fun. I'm going to bring Dr. V on, then we're going to say hey to John. Dr. V, what's up?
Oh, I need a full body cast.
Oh no, you're still moving?
Well, I was up until I was continuing my move till, like almost 3 o'clock in the morning yesterday. So
is this your new place? You're sitting in your
part of the new place. Problem is my old place had much better lighting. So now I've got to make investments in lighting, which I never had to do before because I had big windows with palm trees. There's not a single palm tree out here.
Oh no! I mean, I live in a city without palm trees, and I miss it. I wish I lived in a city with palm trees.
I mean, so anyway, but these are different trees.
Oh, that's not California trees right there.
I don't know where they came from. Sorry, I hope they got to actually see that.
We did. Are you enjoying your new digs?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's very comfy, very cozy. I like it in some ways better because it's 1970s modern and you can do a lot with it. But the challenge is there are so many boxes. We couldn't even find things like today. I couldn't come on earlier because I had to find a brush for my wife. And when you packed everything, how do you find a hairbrush? And different people packing different things. And we thought that we had this move nailed. We had everything big boxes,
Problems,
wardrobes,
Dr.
everything.
V. Did you really think this was going to go without problems? Good thing
I
it's a
thought-
hairbrush, not a
I
missing
thought, yeah,
TV.
where do you get the hairbrush from? You know, and so, but it's so funny because you're totally right about exchanging one set of problems for another. You know, when you're a billionaire, you're worried about how am I going to preserve my billions and how am I going to find the next tax structure and things like that. How will
Which
I?
is as important to him as Beckett getting kicked off the Robux server of his friends. You know what I mean?
Oh,
All are
no.
mental. I know. All are mentally taxing.
Mentally taxing. Yeah, I don't do taxi anymore. I use Ubers. But anyway. So what's interesting is that I missed out on your first thing, but today I missed out on Tuesdays because we were in the middle of moving. So
Yep.
boom, boom,
Yep.
boom, boom, boom,
No
boom. In
problem.
fact,
No problem.
I
Today
tried
was
to get
good,
on
wasn't it?
tried to get on with my phone. You know, it was like it was just too difficult. But I will tell you that you know, as we move forward through this whole move thing, I mean, you do exchange one set of problems for another. But this morning, what I realized was I'm closer to the beach than ever before. I'm 10 minutes of walking away, and I can walk to the grocery store in 6 minutes flat. And I thought to myself,
It's awesome.
I do not have to unpark the car. So I'm because parking spaces, we're 1 block from the high school. So my 14-year-old is like,
Oh,
you just roll out
nice.
of bed and go. But then
Solid.
I'm so close to the main street and all these businesses, I could walk to the movie theater in 4 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, granted the space is smaller, but the convenience factor is
Sounds
astounding.
amazing. 10 minutes from the
Absolutely.
beach. Sounds
10 minutes from the
amazing.
beach, 6 minutes from the grocery store, 4 minutes from the theater. I mean, I'm like, what did I just, where would you just fall into? And because we had a heck of a time trying to find a place. Because you know, all these prices have gone up, everything's gone up, and but it was the right place at the right time, and we had like 3 different options, and this one was the smallest of the 3 options, but it turns out in retrospect to be the very best thing we could have possibly found.
It sounds look at that. A bless things are always turning for some reason things are always turning out the way they ought to turn out, huh guys?
Yeah,
Huh?
chaos is turning into a little bit of order, but now it's like, you know, unpacking the boxes. I was lifting heavy things like air conditioners in the middle of the night, rolling things around in this little complex here, this little condo complex. And the problem was I was thinking I must have awakened at least 3 or 4 people at 1:30 in the morning rolling this heavy stuff through. But it needed to get done before the guy takes over his property again.
It's
So
true. Dr. V, always
so I
always
mean,
nice
and
to talk to you.
for me, it's the whole thing is like about, you know, coming up with messaging and distilling things. Ivan sounds like he's solid. I
Yeah, he's really
totally
got it
solid.
dialed in there,
And
doesn't he?
Ashley from the CTCME thing today, that was one of those powerful sessions I've ever been participating in, and it was even
Oh,
though
dude, it was
I kept
awesome,
wanting,
wasn't
I
it?
kept raising my hand, I kept flagging, but so I just went wild in the comments, which is I guess one of my
That is kind
talents.
of your MO anyway, which I love. By
Yeah.
the way, last time you were on, you mentioned maybe canceling your live show. What did you decide?
I still haven't canceled it because so one of my friends whom I've known since 1996 does the live shows with me on Fridays, and she never watches this, so she's never going to see this. But she has unfortunately a husband who has been in and out of the hospital
Oh,
regularly, and you know has you know, paraplegic and has trouble swallowing. All his food needs to be pureed, et cetera, et cetera.
yikes.
So I mean, just you talk about problems. I'm so glad I don't have
That's
that
what
sort
I'm
of problem.
saying. I
You
ain't
know?
signing up for anybody else's
No,
problems.
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
I'm good.
And so yeah, dysphagia when you can't swallow, it's like, geez, that's very problematic, especially for somebody who likes to eat like me. So, but I don't have the heart to cut it off now.
Makes
And
sense.
yeah, I mean, it's just because I'm sort of like, I was going to say emotional support animal, but
You are. I think you can be an emotional support
yeah,
animal.
just get a little petting on there. That could work. But that's I think, you know, at this point I just want to unpack boxes and figure out my lighting and a few other things and get the messaging down. Instagram reels that you've taught have been very valuable to me. I've gotten a lot of experience with it. I'm more of a grip it and rip it person. And I just like I almost feel like if I have something done on a daily basis, it's more in tune with what's really going on in my head at that particular time. But what I need to do is organize me, put things on little cards, carry a little card around with me. And I could
Yes.
just, I could just say, okay, these are the 3 points I want to cover. Here's one point I want to cover in a 15-second video.
Yeah.
And then because I mean, for some reason, I've had trouble too. Just like one of our mutual people, Kathy, or was it Kathy, or was it? Can't remember. No, it wasn't Kathy. Anyway, somebody was talking about today that they had problems with the drafts and getting them all messed
Oh
up.
yeah,
Oh,
Sarah.
it was yeah. She's the video editor. I'm
Yep.
sorry,
Yep.
Sarah. And I've had similar types of problems. TikTok is doing great. I'm really surprised. Really surprised. And even repurposing the content is interesting. I do have a friend who, friendly acquaintance in the UK who is like, I think he's on his 8-figure business at this point or so, mostly property management. But he buys properties, rehabilitates them and all. So what he does is he saves his old phones. And so he'll have one feed on Instagram Live, one feed on TikTok, and he's doing Facebook. And because he's inside of the platform for each of these apps, he's totally native, his reach has just exploded.
I love it.
So I think that I'm always looking for innovations and things of that sort. Now it's just a question of refining the message about connection and consciousness and other things. But what I'm recognizing is it's those big three. People want something. They want relationships, health, or finances.
It's true.
And what I'm recognizing more and more, the money thing seems to be the big draw. And so if you can teach people how to connect better, then it spills over into everything from relationships to connecting with your body to connecting with other people for sales. So
amen. Amen.
Right.
Dr. V, always a pleasure. Good luck with your move, man.
Oh man. Yeah. Thank you.
It's so nice to see you.
See
you later. Dr. V's so cool. I'm going to bring John on to sum it up, but is what I was going to say is make sure you get signed up for my special master class on the 14th by going to alignandconvert.live/special-access. Hope to see you there. It's going to be really awesome. So you guys should totally come. Okay. I'm going to bring on, Jamie, that's why this brought up. Jamie, are you doing one more of these AMAs before Christmas, Lindsey? Let me look at this calendar here and then I'm going to bring John on. Let's see. I will definitely be live on the 9th. I'll be live on the 16th. I don't know that I'll be live on the 23rd or the 30th, but I just might surprise you. I'll let you know before, but definitely the 9th and the 16th for sure. So join me every week here at Live with Lindsey. But if you want, we're also that masterclass is going to have a follow-up QA sesh. So join me in the Zoom room for that bad boy. Okay. Emily, will you put thank you. Emily, I mean, that's what a good team member does. They read your mind. John.
Hey,
how are you today?
How are you?
How are
I'm
you?
doing good. I am wonderful. I can relate to Dr. V because we just put a contract out on a new house.
Is it something you're madly in love with?
Yeah, I am. It's perfect. Perfect.
Why are you moving? What's the reason?
Is nicer.
It's nicer. Okay, very nice.
When we moved out here to be close to my daughter because she was having some problems, and we didn't know if we were going to stay or not, and so we were just renting a townhouse, and now we decided that we like it here, so we're going to buy a house.
Very cool, and you're happy with it, and you're looking forward to having the offer accepted.
It's already been accepted.
Oh,
we just had it. We got it. We just were waiting for an appraisal to come through, and then it's off to the races.
Huge congratulations!
Thank you,
Big.
thank you.
So did anything cool happen over Thanksgiving?
Well, yeah. I jumped in to share something. There's a new book out called Why 75% of Podcasts Fail and How You Can Avoid It.
Okay.
And I know that having a podcast is probably something that a lot of people in this group either do have or should have.
Amen. So what's the summary? Are you going to give it? Do I have to read it, or can you tell me why? I've faded 3 podcasts.
There's a lot of different things, and they asked 100 podcasters for some advice, and I was lucky enough to be one of them, and I got included in the book. And it's just one of the things I told people was I shared the thing that I adopted early in my career on the radio to avoid letting the naysayers and the negative Nellies get to me, where I will not take criticism from anybody that I would not go to for advice. So you can blow them
That's
off
a
if you don't
powerful
think they're,
message, man.
if they're
Did you get
worthwhile.
some naysayers on your pod? I mean, John
Oh,
hosts the
yeah.
best golf podcast in the world, you guys. Weekend Golf Guys. He's like literally has one of the #1 podcasts out there, so he knows. But you had some haters for that
Oh,
podcast in particular
you get people who hate on you just because
because
you know
you're
they
out
want to feel
there.
better.
Because you're out
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
exactly. And then
Very
the other
cool.
thing too was something I learned and I'll be quick about this, but when you're at a party and you walk up to a group of maybe 2 or 3 people who are talking, and if they don't look at you in the first few seconds and acknowledge your presence,
Yes.
you leave.
Yes.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with a podcast. If people come to listen and you haven't done anything to involve them in the conversation, they will probably go away. So one of the easiest things to do, one of the things I try to convince everybody to do, is get rid of every word you use to talk about your audience other than the word you.
Yes.
Because in English, you is same, singular, and plural. So if I say, hey, do you agree? I say, we do it this way. I'm sure you've had that experience. And
Guys.
I could be saying you to everybody who's listening, but whoever's listening hears me saying you to them. And it's
Guys,
just
it's
a
super
mental thing, but
powerful. I have to remind myself to do that like on stories on Instagram because you are literally just talking to one person. It also makes it more intimate because they feel like you're talking to you and not this group. That is some powerful information right there. Yes.
Yeah, I thought I would share it with y'all.
I love it.
And it's a freebie.
Don't you mean you? I thought I would share it with you. Huh?
Well, no, y'all is Southern for you. Plural is all y'all.
Okay. Guys, John just value bombed us right here. Thank you so much, my friend.
You're quite welcome. Have a wonderful week.
You too. Nice to see ya. I mean, that's true, you guys. When you are on Instagram stories and even on Facebook Live, because you guys are all alone. So when I talk to you, it feels very natural that I'm talking to you. But as John said, it's also proper English to say you. And it can, intimacy, when we're talking about the intimacy ladder and getting people to buy stuff from us online and feel connected with us, like it's marketing facts, guys, that the more intimacy people feel with you, the more likely they are to buy our coaching stuff. So building intimacy through you versus I'm talking to a broad range of people and people at home, like watching an Instagram story are like, it's just me. Oh, she's just talking to the random group versus, hey, I am talking to you just like I am right now. I'm pointing at you. By the way, you look fabulous. Have you lost some weight? You look great. You look really fantastic. Okay. And I mean that to you. So thank you so much for hopping on live with Lindsey today. It's so much fun. I will be live certainly over the next 2 weeks. Love to hear from you guys. Please come to my masterclass. It's my Christmas gift to you because you're watching this. You can get in for free. I want you there. It's going to be awesome. We'll have a good discussion. We'll set you up to align and attract your 2022. I hope you can make it live in the Zoom room on December 14th. Like I said, if you want to pay, you can go to align and attract.live and pay $37 for the ticket, like the cold audience is going to. Or just because I love you, you can get your free ticket by going to align and attract.live/special-access. And I have too many domain names. I know I've said it wrong so many times. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you next week. See you later.